Alrighty, welcome back to another video, guys. Today I want to talk about a little discovery that I made with the VILTROX series of lenses on my XT4. Now, these lenses are a great budget alternative to some of the other faster primes that Fuji offers with a 1.4 aperture. And I bought them recently and I've been using them and I'm pretty happy with the image. The center's quite sharp, so shooting video, you don't often tend to kind of have those edge issues of things being pretty blurry. But the issue that I've come across is that the autofocus is pretty much unusable in terms of continuous. You know, if you tap to focus on something and then record, that's generally pretty good. But if you're trying to get you know, focus pulls happening with your autofocus in camera, it doesn't seem to work very well. So I set out to play around with the settings, with the autofocus settings on the XT4, and I made a pretty awesome discovery. So if you own the XT4 and the VILTROX 23, 33 I think, or 56, then this video is for you. Let's get into it. So last night I was mucking around with the 23mm f1.4 on the XT4 and I took the sensitivity and the autofocus speed right down to the lowest settings. I think it's 0 for the sensitivity and then -5 or something like that for the autofocus speed. Now, so typically when I'd use these lenses on the XT4, I just found that kind of when I would kind of tap to focus or when I'd like pan around and have the autofocus box hit different things, it was just kind of just really quick pulsing, jumping. It was just, there was no way that you'd ever want to use that, that focus pull in a video. But last night with the settings really low, I was kind of testing how well the XT4 was tracking me back and forward. And I just started tapping on the screen between the wall behind me and my face. And I was noticing that the focus pulls were really slow because obviously it was on the slowest setting. But what I did notice is that if I bumped up the autofocus speed a little bit to like -2 or -3, I was actually getting these really nice, smooth focus pulls between myself and the wall. And so that made me realize that what you actually need to do with these VILTROX lenses to get nice autofocus out of them is actually just have your settings be way lower than what you might have for other native Fujifilm lenses. So I've got some tests here and examples of you know, what the settings were and what I was using. Essentially, the gem or the way to unlock the awesome power of these lenses for rack focusing in a fairly smooth way is just to have the sensitivity fairly low and to have your AF speed fairly low as well. So if this is something that you've experienced, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. If you have you know, a certain autofocus setting for the VILTROX lenses that you found works for you, I'd love to see them in the comments as well. But other than that, thanks for tuning in and I hope that you have a great day and you will see me in the next video.